next 4 years or less, you're on the millionaire team. Could be, right? Could be. Of course, everything is defined by your own hard work and efforts, right? But if we take the lessons we're going to be learned tonight, or taught to us tonight, and we implement those as we close out 2025 and move into 2026, things are going to be awesome. So for me, 27 years in Herbalife, had incredible results on the products, lost a fair amount of weight, and went on to transform my body and be a part of the Herbalife 24 movement that started 14, 15 years ago, as actually not a Gen Age, but an older guy, right? And have got to play that role over the last many years, and hopefully make an impact on people. And I think as we turn to tonight's Zoom, probably one of the people that's made the most impact on all of Herbalife with so many things. I mean, if we think about Active World Team and we just think about all the different things in the marketing plan and whatever that he's played a role in bringing to the company, it just makes him one of the absolute best to lead this conversation and to teach us from his many, many years and decades, frankly, right, experience in building an Herbalife business that is global. So the topic, how to create 1,000 royalties using an annual plan, right? Focused on a yearly plan every single year. And this is what we're gonna learn tonight. And I'm just so excited to announce who's become my friend. I think I can call him that. I hope he agrees with that, right? Over the last little while. And that is none other than Founders Club member, 70K, Mr. Leon Weisbein himself. Leon, take it away, sir.
Oh my goodness. Thank you very much. I'm thrilled, Michael, to be introduced by you. This is first. So thank you so much. And that's true. That's true. The next year is going to be amazing. Lots of good rumors are coming from LA about the next year, ideas and projects and what's not. I've started this business almost 35 years ago and built this business. And I was a medical student and orange picker. And during the last 35 years, I've built a business in over 50 countries. And today I'm going to share with you my last 18 years of experience and thinking and building some process, which I believe is very beneficial for those who are interested in reaching the highest levels of the marketing plan. And I will try today to, with you together, to look at our marketing plan and our opportunities from slightly different perspective. And we will try today to visualize our journey, because in many cases we have this dream in mind that one day we will reach president's team, and it's a kind of abstract idea for us, and our mind is operating with the visual pictures of a future or projects or anything we want to achieve. First, we need to visualize it internally, right? And only then we are capable of making it a reality. Imagine architect, right? Sees some picture, puts it on paper, then it's becoming a building. So, but first there is a vision, and vision is a visual. Vision is not just some kind of abstract ideas, but it's actually a visuals inside our minds. So I will try to make to look at the marketing plan today at the very practical and visual way, and see how we make every year into a very fruitful period of time, taking us to the next level of the marketing plan. So let's do it. Just one little important disclaimer. This presentation actually intended to help us to visualize this plan, but it would require serious work. And I would say that it's really relevant for those who are dreaming and ready to work hard. And we have so many different types of our supervisors. I hope everybody is at least supervisor today at the call. We have supervisors who could be just kind of discounted customers. We love you. We love everybody equally. And but this plan is for those who are really ambitious and want to grow to the very top of this marketing plan, right? So so if you are not, that's fine. You can stay. Otherwise, you can save your time. But this presentation is intended for those who are really ambitious, and because it will require some serious effort. It's not about operations, daily operations. It's not about how we sell products. It's not about daily methods. It's not about nutrition clubs, marathons, challenges, nothing of this kind. It's all about our understanding of the marketing plan, especially its leadership levels. So this is what we are going to do, and periods of time. Periods of time, what kind of effort we need to undertake in order to get there and help our people to get there. So, okay, so let's start. Um, we will go through the marketing plan. I will try to visualize and give you some comments on it. So this is what you see here is the um, first part of the marketing plan is we need to become supervisor. All right. It all starts from the supervisor position. And when I work with my distributors, with my new distributors, I want to identify what kind of supervisor we are going to produce, what the expectations are. And it's important. It's important to match this conversation to the type of expectation and type of person and be specific. So I would say that we have 4 different scenarios, 4 different conversations based on 4 different expectations or 4 different projects, I would say. So number 1 is customer, supervisor customer. This is totally fine. We accumulate volume through the whatever period of time, become 50% discounted customer, use the product, everything is wonderful. Maybe we even supply the product to some people around us. But still, my idea is I'm a customer. I love this company. Everything is wonderful, but this is my mode. All right. And the next one is I call it hobby. It means that people they have their normal job or any other business, and but they love Herbalife. They became supervisors. They probably have few customers with them. They attend events. They are part of the community. They love it. They come to extravaganza. Everything is wonderful. And they are part of the deal. So we love everybody equally, as I said. And but these people are not, they don't mean to go and invest too much and invest, I mean, effort, obviously, too much into it and build the business over the years, right? This is category number 2. So category number 3 or conversation number 3 is I call it work. It's called work here, but actually I would call it job, if you don't mind. So it's kind of job. It's having job, right? These are great people. We love them. They are really active supervisors. They produce volume. They have dozens of customers. They make good money. Some of them don't need any other job. Some of them do have some other job, but actually they are really at least active supervisors, producing some volume, making money, whether it's main income or not. But and by the way, most of these people are also have some kind of certain kind of a business operation. It could be online, offline, nutrition club, marathon, whatever combination, and they do it constantly year over year, and they do great, but they don't really grow to the next levels, higher levels of the marketing plan. So I call it a work or a job. So these people kind of have a job because it's the same every year, and they love everything, but maybe somewhere inside their minds they would say, okay, I would love to be there. I would love to go and do something with all this model. I would love to duplicate it with my other supervisors, and I would love to grow to the higher levels of the marketing plan. But something is missing here. Something is missing. I'm as a supervisor, I know what to do, but somehow it's not growing. It doesn't matter why right now, whether I'm missing certain parts of the operation, like recruiting, for example, or duplication, or some leadership traits. I don't know what exactly, but there is a kind of a status quo in a way, in my condition, in my mode, year over year. So I call it a job. It's again, this is not something negative. This is just kind of status quo, right? And the last one is called business. These are most ambitious people who are ready to go and lead organization, build organization, and do things which are the three previous categories wouldn't do. And so that's important at the beginning to understand what the expectations are. And that's why we need to talk to people, we need to let them speak, we need to let them talk to us, we need to interview them in a way. We need to be very patient because sometimes we are just kind of pitching, okay, and we think that we would mobilize all of them to whatever mission. I would say we need to be more personalized. We need to be very patient with our customers and advanced customers, and I'm talking about supervisors, right? And people who run their own business but maybe didn't grow in the last couple of years the way they wanted. We need to be very patient, very accurate, and extremely positive. Extremely, I mean, in a good way, right? In a natural way, extremely positive. And so we need to treat them with really high respect because we need to treat people equally and with high respect. Second is you never know when this person will switch into a different mode. That's why we want to be really good with everybody. But personalized approach is important because once I identify that this person, the expectation is A, so I need to think about the right relevant conversation and relevant scenario and relevant project. So I will not come with my plan, which I'm going to present to you now, after the disclaimer I've made earlier, right? I will not come to my 50% discounted customer. So that's why I would do something different, right? So this is the beginning and this is the foundation and this is super important to create all four types of people because this is the nature of the situation. We have four segments. We need to treat them and we need to promote them the way they expect and they need and they want. And then the idea is identify those who are the most ambitious people and help them to go and reach the moon. Okay, so this is the beginning, this is the foundation. We need many of them in order to increase probability to find the most active and the most ambitious people. So here's what you see is our marketing plan. And we have two main scenarios once we achieved supervisor position. Scenario number one is when a person is just qualifying to the next level of the marketing plan with a very nice pace. All right, not quickly, but constantly within certain period of times, but still achieve next level and then next level, and don't stay for years at the same level. And they go and they get and hit president's team, and everything is wonderful. This is scenario number one. I would say this is not typical scenario at all. And I will explain to you why, and I will also explain to you, and we will visualize together what to do in order to increase chances to go through the stages. Another comment for this nice picture is that this picture is a little bit an illusion. Bad news. A little bit an illusion. Why illusion? Because the first three steps of the ladder, supervisor, active supervisor, and whole team, are relatively easy to achieve. It's just a matter of few months. It's just a matter of relatively limited amount of effort, like you need maybe 20 customers, and that's it. And you are a whole team member, and you achieve the third level. Very simple. And then it starts a different type of effort. Then you need to go and do something else. You need to build organization. And this is different type of effort. It's not equal to selling products, getting customers, and entertaining your customers, and keeping and developing and retaining and what's not. It's a different type of effort. And many people either not aware of that, or not ready to do it, or just whatever reason is, and they stuck for a certain period of time, and now they are look for a solution. And another comment here is that the upper steps of the ladder are much longer to achieve. It takes much longer to achieve than the first ones. It's somewhere, imagine a building, 10th floor, 10 stories building. And the first three steps is just you get into the entrance. 1, 2, 3, you are at the entrance. Now your dream is to get to the 10th floor. And then the question is, where is the steps? Where is the ladder which takes me there, or where's the lift, elevator? I don't know where is it. I don't see any. I don't know how to get to 10th floor. I need this lift. I need this something which will take me to the 10th floor, because I'm in the ground floor right now. I need to be at the 10th floor, but there is no lift. And the question is, and that's why I would stay at the ground floor for, some people stay for years. And that's why I need to introduce you today some idea which would somehow give us the solution for the lift. Okay, there is a meaning called social lift or social elevator, right? And so we have our social elevator here in Herbalife also, so this is what we are going to discuss. Now, this is scenario number one. Again, a little bit illusional in terms of the equality of the steps, okay? The higher steps, the harder to achieve and the longer to achieve normally. And there is different type of effort, and that's why I'm going to discuss it with you, so you would have transparent visual picture of the effort and what to do. It's all doable, right? And this is exactly what we are going to discuss. And so this is scenario number one. And scenario number two is this, is when we staying at the ground floor for years because we didn't undertake certain things in order to achieve the higher levels of the marketing plan. We didn't identify this lift, and we stayed here. And so then we have a kind of a job, okay? We stay at the low team level for years. We go to the extravaganzas, leadership schools, supervisor schools. We enjoy. Everything is wonderful, but inside ourselves, we have some doubt. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe the economy is wrong. Maybe whatever reasons, right? But today we are going to debunk this whole story of what to do, how to grow, right? And then you would at least understand where's the social lift in Herbalife. And maybe there are different lifts. I'm going to touch at least one I would like to share with you today. Now, when we are looking at the marketing plan, we identify several main ideas. You remember we achieved supervisor. If we achieved it in a way which reflects the business mode, remember 4 modes: customer, hobby, job, business. Okay, if we are talking about business, from day one, when we have a new distributor, we need to go and create massive action which would bring many customers to us. We need to do it together. All right, we don't wait until our ambitious distributor will fail. We just go and do it together, and they would learn through the action from us because we are experienced and we are confident, and they are not. That's why we do it together. And our idea is to create quickly active supervisor from kind of immediately active. Active means 2,500 and more, actually more than 2,500. As much as possible, we need to get it and do it quickly, fast, because someone who is qualified within like 9 months without having customers, or maybe having a couple of customers, will never become active supervisor. Again, this is falling into a different category called customer. And so we need this particular picture with many customers. Customers, I mean, it could be distributors, customers, could be customers, preferred customers, whatever number, whatever type of customer, nutrition club customer. This is not important, but many people who would consume our products and be involved in our community. And so here we make a retail profit, and more customers we have, more money we make. And again, there is a nice opportunity to make money. The question is whether we stay at this level or we start advancing. From active supervisor, we need to move to whole team as quick as possible, as quickly as possible. That's the main thing. We should not think when it will happen in the future. No, we need to do it now. Now means in the first months we need to, as a supervisor, I'm talking about this category of supervisors, right? By the way, if you think about yourself now, if you want to restart your business, think of December as your first month, or January, whatever you decide, as your first month, like you just qualified. Imagine you just qualified to supervisor, you want to restart, and now this is your plan. This could be your plan, right? Just go crazy and work intensively in order to create your personal momentum. Lots of meetings, lots of contacts, regardless of your method of operation. Again, has nothing to do with method of operation. I respect all of them equally, by the way. So this is super important that you consult with your upline sponsor to get the best solution personalized for you, right? But you need to move. You need to act intensively. Massive retailing, massive recruiting, lots of contacts, lots of meetings. If we are lacking some experience, get together with your upline sponsor and do it together, those meetings, until you get confidence and you start generating yourself. Again, okay, I will say it many times, I'm talking about those who have ambitions, those who are badly interested in getting to the higher levels of the marketing plan. So again, this is what you see here. It's not just two types of income. It's actually, this is how whole team is supposed to look as fast as possible. So we have two categories of people around you. One is customers, another one is distributors with customers. It means not just you sign up people, but you immediately go to help them to get their customers. And then what you do, you connect all of them to your community. So it's not just sales. It's not just sales. You connect as much as possible to your whatever system, whatever daily method of operation you are running. So you need to connect them. And also, very important point here is communication with your customer base. Super important. I'm sure you get best trainings from your upline sponsors how to do it. So the next step is called active whole team. This is how active whole team looks. So now you have three types of activity, three types of income, and this chart. This is how we visualize what I'm going to build. I'm going to build this. If I'm a new supervisor, this is what I need to build as fast as possible if I want to identify the social lift to the higher levels of the marketing plan. It means I need to master my retail skills, regardless of the method of operation. I need to master my recruiting and development and new distributor development. This is on your left. And then, obviously, I need to know how I produce new supervisors as quick as possible. As quick as possible. Not when I will create my whatever business operation and then my customers would lose whatever amount of weight, create their stories 6 months from now, and only then I will talk to them about business opportunity. It will be a waste of time. So I suggest you get very active in recruiting, in promoting business to everybody around, whether they are customers or not customers, it doesn't really matter, okay? Because you want, at the end of the day, because you are category 4 mode, business mode, you want to produce active supervisors that will eventually fall into these 4 categories, and you don't know who they are going to be. So on this particular picture, on this particular example, you have 9 people, and I think that there is one of them could be potentially the business-oriented person. A couple of others could be probably people who would love to get nice income, and another 5 or 6 would be probably advanced customers or advanced supervisors, but without any big ambitions and big dreams at this stage. We never know. But we need to master supervisor duplication, and not just business model duplication, but supervisor duplication. Some people who really enjoy their business operation, could be nutrition club, could be marathon, could be any online type of operation, could be fit club. We love everything. But once you fall in love Pay attention. Once you fall in love with your business operation and you don't think duplication of this business operation, then you slow down. Then you get a job eventually. Eventually, you get a job if you don't think about duplication of what you do. So, but the other problem is if you just think of duplicating what you do, it also can limit you. For example, you are running very successful nutrition club, and now you are looking for someone who would also run successful nutrition club. But how do you know who's going to run nutrition club? Because it should be someone who is really active, good active supervisor at least, wants to be independent, wants to run full-time business. We never know who is going to be. So that's why I need at least 10 supervisors in my group immediately, relatively immediately, right? Several, whatever period of time. Would be great to have it in my first year, let's say 10 supervisors. And then I would identify those who would go and duplicate my club, but some others would not. And they would do something else, or partially, or they will be junior partners in my club or in whatever operation. So that's why my goal when I become supervisor is to become active whole team. This is the real thing. This is the social lift which will A, you get the skills, all three main skills of our business: retail, recruiting, and distributor development, and creating and developing supervisors under you, and not just in first line, but also in second line and third line. And to master it, you would need to be part of the system. System is support system. It could be larger events, trainings, online, offline, supervisor schools, whatever STS seminars, which are run by your upline sponsor. So you need to be part of it, and not just to be part of it, but be active part of it. Super important to come to your upline sponsor at any point and say, hey, how can I help you? How can I be active part? I want to learn not just how to retail, not just how to recruit, and not just how to produce supervisor. I want to be part of the system. I want to be part of the system in order in the future to be like you. I want to know how to run events. I want to know how to be active part of the HOM. I want to know how to deliver my story on the stage. I need to know everything. So it's not just producing customers, distributors, and supervisors. It's also becoming integral part of the system where everyone is actually building, contributing, and building the business. Contributing and using. So we work for each other. We work for each other. It's super important to create those connections with other people, learn from each other, help each other, right? And create momentum which generates everybody's growth at the end of the day. So this is active voting, and these are three main skills, and fourth main skill is be active part of the system. Not just active, super active part of the system. If you want in the future to have your own system, because if you want to achieve president's team, it means you have large organization, and you need to be running some serious operation with hundreds of supervisors. So, and many leaders, right? So that's why at the very beginning, take the central stage, get to your uplines, say, how can I be active? What I can do, how I can contribute at anything. At anything. Don't work just your own. Don't think that you are don't be satisfied with what you have. Go and join big guys and big systems and successful people. So this is how active voting looks like. Active voting, to be precise, is not the level of the marketing plan formally. It's a promotion. It was introduced in 2006. I just recently found my first active voting pin, 2000 active voting 2006. So, and since then, it's created many leaders. And through this module, it's a business module, it's a business unit, right? It's a business unit. So through this business unit, we are building leadership groups and leaders. And we teach people the main skills and develop main businesses and create leaders who have not just something to lose, but they actually know how they arrived to this point. And if they know how they arrived to this point, now they can repeat it. And they can do it every year now. So This is where people become, this is the first most important leadership level. And this is how it looks more or less. Leadership, first leadership level with all three main skills. So that's why active walking is actually our Herbalife social lift. So if you want to move to the upper levels of the marketing plan, you need to master all three main skills, become active member of the system, and become active walking for the first time or second time or third time or whatever time. And it doesn't matter what your position within the marketing plan, you need to become every year again active walking, like I do it this year, like I do it next year. And my job, additional, it's a leadership level for those who already did it once. I want to become, why I want to become again active walking? Not just to get a pin of next year. I want to create new 500 royalty check every year. New, with new supervisors. That's why I call myself active walking, because I'm building new 500 royalties. New 500 royalties means another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 supervisors I'm building. Why I need them? I want to identify those who themselves want to become active walking and move up to the upper levels of the marketing plan. That's why I need new supervisors. Not just to get the new pin, but when I'm getting new pin, it means that I'm still building. I'm in a building mode, because the leadership position can, we can also be, kind of enjoy the business, enjoy income, enjoy lifestyle, events, friends, and everything, and family, and be less active. But active walking requires me to repeat and revisit my mode every single year. This is the whole story, regardless of my position in the marketing plan. Imagine that I have a wall team who become active wall team and I'm not. I would ask myself a question: what I'm doing? Am I in building mode, or I'm in enjoying mode, or survival mode, or whatever mode? I want to be in the building mode every single year. And so this is what's important here. So you have basic module when you become active walking, right? And this is what separates you from the big thing. So that's why it's so important to do it now and to do it quickly. So how and why to qualify to the active walking, and specifically every year? But let's talk about it, the general idea. Number one, this is first leadership level that builds the three critical business skills: retail and customer service, recruiting and developing distributors, supervisor development and duplication. Number two, from this level, what we experience and what we see, that is called retention, leadership retention. This is what we see. Because people look, when they build their business at the initial stages, they are not sure that this is going to be their business forever. Like myself, I was active walking before it was established as active walking, but this was the level I was at. And I made a decision, mistakenly, retroactively looking at those events. I decided, after being about 8 months in the business, I became active walking. I even did my first months of getting qualification. I decided to travel to Germany because Germany was opened. And I said, okay, I have friends in Germany. I will go to Germany and I will build business for several months in Germany. So I came to Germany. I didn't achieve anything in Germany. And I came back. And meanwhile, after several months' time, I was missing at the market. I was absent in the marketplace. Several of my supervisors, because of the lack of my leadership and lack of me, they actually left. They went back to their businesses and their jobs and their families and whatever. And I lost them. They were inactive. And I lost my check to the zero. And after having 1,000 royalty check, I had zero royalty check. And my question was, is this business over? What I'm going to do now? And I had some ideas what to do. And then I got the call from my sponsor who says, what are you doing? I was just back, I returned from Germany. And he said, what are you doing? I said, I'm thinking what to do in my life. And he said, what? Come over and see what I'm doing, join me here, and we will build it together. And then I rebuilt it. I rebuilt the momentum, I got my people back, and I brought new people. But I can tell you that this is where people have a business, they have organization, some kind of organization. This is where retention starts, because retention is important. Retention means you stop thinking about some other business opportunities and you just got focused on your big dream. And you keep working like crazy, and that's it. You don't have a doubt anymore. Because at the beginning, we have a doubt. Is it for me? Will I succeed? And so on and so forth. But at a certain point, especially when you re-qualify to active Vault team or qualify to get team, then now you know that it works for you. Now you just need to help others to qualify to those levels in order to increase your business. This is number two. Number three is, this is stepping stone to get team. This is half get team, actually. Number three is 6 months period makes it really realistic, achievable goal for every supervisor. Everybody can do it if you just invest your effort into it, but everybody can do it. 6 months qualification period. And if you didn't start it right now, you can start next month, months after, it doesn't really matter. It's any 6 months, and you always can start this project called Active Vault team. So another thing is we start seeing duplication flow. This is super important because now I know how to repeat it. If I know how I became Active Vault team, because it took a long period of time, normally at least 6 months, right? Or more, between 6 to 12, taking into account my supervisor qualification. And so now I know what I did. Now I need to find again people, I'm going to do it with them. And if I have 2 active Vault team members under me, I'm definitely get team already. So this is the basic business unit of me becoming next level by pushing people to the next level. So number 6 is annual requalification for active Vault team is required at any level, and this is what really makes it really great because it keeps all leaders active at any level. Because active Vault team is not exactly marketing plan level, it's a promotion formally. And it keeps going every year since 2006, and it will go probably, I hope, forever, because it really builds leaders. And that's why it's not marketing plan level, because if it was marketing plan level, I qualified to this level, and that's it. I don't need to requalify to supervisor. I don't need to requalify to Vault team. I don't need to requalify to get team. But I do need to requalify to active Vault team because it means that I'm active this year and I'm building new 500 royalty check. Okay, and the number 7, which is to me is extremely important, is the Future Millionaire Team Retreat, which designed for this type of people. We gather every active Vault team member from certain region and run very nice, super high level leadership event called Future Millionaire Team Retreat for active Vault team members and above. And this is the main part of the annual cycle, which I'm going to show you now. So this is another visualization of the active Vault team as a first leadership level. So this tricycle is actually reflects all 3 our activities. And 3 wheels, it means that it's stable. This is what makes us stable in business, because now we have 3 legs, 3 skills, 3 wheels. So that's why it's stable, because we are new to the business, regardless of number of years in the business, by the way. If we are still here building our active Vault team, it means we are relatively new. And with the new 500 royalty check, we always new, because it's new beginning. And that's why we need to make sure that everything is solid. solid, it's stable, it's really stable, because if there is no supervisors and I'm just selling products, it's not stable because I don't have organization. And vice versa. If I'm creating supervisors but I am very weak on my retail side, I will not be able to make money, and I will not be able to teach my people to make money. This is even worse. So I will be fake leader if I can't teach my people how to get a customer and how to get a distributor. That's why I myself need to master all three skills constantly, every year, master and remaster. Otherwise, I will forget, and then I will one day I will be just a nice guy with a nice pin, and then that's it. But that's why you need to be very active and create new type of business. And this is what I'm doing, and this is what I call everybody to keep going and keep energizing yourself based on this concept every single year. So this is the example how to qualify. We need to achieve, in order to qualify within any 6 months period of time, we need to achieve all three types of voting qualifications. There are 3 ways to qualify to voting. One is to have minimum 2,500 volume points 4 months in a row. Number 2 is to have 5,000 volume points in 2 months, any 2 months of the same 6 months period of time, or 10,000 volume points in any months of the same period of time, and to achieve 500 royalty, which means it's approximately 10,000, maybe 9,000 for some. 10,000, imagine 10,000 volume points in your organization means produced by your supervisors. And here in this chart, this is just an example of how you just qualified. Month 1, you decided to start active voting qualification. So month 1, let's say December or January. And so you have your basic volume, at least 2,500. And now you start advancing, enlarging, increasing your personal volume by getting more customers and more distributors. You create supervisors. Supervisors would start producing their volume, and this would give you royalty points, which is 5% of their combined personal volumes. And so you would start with, let's say, 150 royalty points. This is actually money. This is what you are getting money. This is the same 5% royalty, right? For those who are not aware yet. And then it would slightly grow because you would add another supervisor, and then another supervisor, and then another supervisor, and they would start producing, and then you would get to 500 royalty, and then you are qualified. And you don't stop here, you just keep going. And now you would start the same process with your downline supervisors. So this is if you look from the annual perspective, from the events perspective, where you want to take people, how you want to promote your people from one event to the next event, and grow through this plan, this is how it looks more or less. So we would start from the distributor events. Let's say it's a STS, Success Training Seminar, or whatever event, whatever name. Then we need to go and qualify to supervisor, and then we would attend supervisor school. Supervisor school is extremely important part of the business. It needs to be monthly. Monthly supervisor school, normally first weekend of the month for people who just qualified last month, and it needs to be monthly for people to have a reason to qualify now. Not sometimes, not as a customer, supervisor customer, somehow accumulating 4,000 volume points through the year. No, we want active supervisor. Active supervisor means qualify now. If you have few customers and I'm helping and I'm working with you, and you lack a few products, go and place last qualifying order and get to the supervisor school. You should not miss the speaker. You should not miss the school. You should not miss the training. You should not miss to be amongst supervisors now. This is the big deal. And that's why it needs to be supervisor schools are monthly, super important. Then you would have leadership school, which probably some people, some organizations and countries run, could be once a year, twice a year, 3 times a year, and it could have a different name. Okay, so it's not a, but it's some kind of leadership school where already I need to be active supervisor, means I need to be producing at least 2,500 volume points. Then I want to produce supervisors under me and take them to the extravaganza. This is where I see and I show my people the big thing, like the one is going to be in Krakow. So it's going to be huge. Krakow extravaganza is going to be unbelievable, with all the news and all the new products and all the new technologies and all the protocols which are going to be introduced over there. It's going to be unbelievable. So that's why I'm working like crazy right now to produce as many supervisors as possible and take them to Krakow extravaganza in June. And then there is a future millionaire team retreat where I want to become active walking. So now I took few supervisors to the leadership school, to extravaganza. Now they are excited, they produce volume, they have their own customers, distributors, and probably building new supervisors already. And now I achieved my 500 royalty check, and I find myself at the Future Millionaire Team Retreat, which is going to take place in September in Prague. And so now we are in December, and this is September, which means we have enough time to undertake this project and be qualified through all those events and find ourselves in Prague, which means I have completed my annual cycle, because annual cycle starts and ends at the Future Millionaire Team Retreat, where we see all new active World Team members who created from nothing active World Team member. But what it means from the volume points perspective, active World Team member and the team, they produce 15,000 volume points at least, 15,000. So from nothing to 15,000 volume points of monthly business. Very nice. This is very nice. This is the module. This is the basic unit. Leader, supervisors, customers, distributors, attendance of all the events, being part of the system, generating 15,000 volume points. This is what we want. This is the module. This is the basic unit which I'm trying to build through the year and take these people to the Future Millionaire Team Retreat, and then identify those who want to do the same for the next year. That's why we are getting to the annual business cycle, business growth cycle. This is what we want to see. So we have the beginning of the year big event for active supervisors, and not just, there are different types of events in different countries, but there is something to start the year. And we qualify many people to bring them there. Then the next big thing is extravaganza. So everything we build, we bring them to the extravaganza to show who we are and what we are, because not being at the extravaganza is a shame. It's not being part of us. It's like not knowing about, I don't know what, Olympics, right? Because we are the Olympics. We are actually better than the Olympics. And so from the extravaganza, these people who attended the extravaganza, they're already active. Okay, we expect and we help them. And so they would help us to produce 10,000 volume points of organizational volume. And now we arrive to the Future Millionaire Team Retreat in September in Prague. So why is it so important to qualify for active World Team member status every single year? Number one, we build new business, new 500 royalty. I'm talking to those who already qualified. So now the question is, why to requalify? I did it once? No. Active means mode. Active mode this year, not 5 years ago, this year. Number two, we maintain active leadership position every year. So if I want to talk to my people saying, hey, let's do it, and I'm not doing it myself, I would not have moral position and strength to go and pitch it because I'm not there myself. That's why, regardless of the marketing plan position, I need to go and pitch from the very strong position because I'm there. I'm doing it. So follow me. I'm doing it, do it like me. We would motivate by personal example. We participate in Future Millionaire Team Retreat every year, and we need to be qualified, obviously. And we complete the annual business cycle ourselves every year, trying to achieve every year additional royalty. Now, if I work through the year as a leader, and I did develop 2 active Vault team members, I'm creating 1,000 new 1,000 royalty check. If I develop through the year 2 new active Vault team members in my organization, I become Get Team. If I didn't do it before. But regardless of, again, of my position, of my status, I just add new 1,000 royalty check to my royalty points. So if I'm a leader and I have several good supervisors and I can identify at least 2 people who are enough ambitious and enough motivated and they want to go and grow with us to the upper levels of the marketing plan, I'm taking on these 2 projects and I'm going to build with them, help them go deeper, to work with their people, and I want to create 2 new active Vault team members and then travel with them to the Future Millionaire Team Retreat. And now I know that I added 1,000 royalty check, new 1,000 royalty check, and 2 new leaders in my first line. 2 new leaders in my first line. This, as a leader, this is my annual task, to create 2 new leaders at this level. Not those who say, I'm a leader, or they behave nicely, or even produce volume. No. I want a leader of the organization. That's why we go and build it together, and I become Get Team member again. So I want to qualify to Get Team every single year. This is my idea, right? And some people say, okay, so it's too much for me. Let's create at least 1. Okay, no problem. And some people say, I never did it myself, so we need to do it first time. And if you have 4 first line active Vault team members, then you probably get Team Plus already. Some people are wondering how I can qualify to the Future President's Team Retreat, which is wonderful events taking place in the best places, in the best possible locations over the continent. Last time was just recently in Monte Carlo, which is unbelievable experience. The question is how I qualify there. Because if I never been to Future President's Team Retreat, I want to make sure that I know how to be there. And how do I do it? I build my leadership groups through creating active Vault team members. This is doable. This is doable, achievable project through the year for every supervisor who is ambitious. Now, we just discussed the mode, right? That's why I need several supervisors to find the one who is ready to go, and then help them. Work with them actively. Create active Vault team legs. Once I have 4, I can tell you for sure, I'm probably somewhere close to millionaire team. And this way, and it takes me probably a couple of years, no problem. But I know that this is the way for me to add and add and add and add new business, new leadership teams, new legs in a way, new leaders in my first line, and eventually qualify after 2 or 3 years to the Get Team Plus, 2,500 royalty, and arrive to the Future President's Team Retreat. But now I have a plan. So Future President's Team Retreat is not just for recognition of those who qualified years ago. It's a plan for new people. But the question is how I get from nothing to Get Team Plus. This is the way. Through these modules, through these basic elements, this would divide the big task into smaller tasks. This is what we need to do. The big dream into smaller projects. The big vision into something which we can go, plan, and execute together with my upline, with the system I'm part of. But there is a plan. Now I know where the social lift is. Now I know what I need to produce in order to move myself up. I need to move other people up in order to move myself up. This is really great game. I cannot just arrive somewhere and achieve something without helping others to achieve their own goals. This is the beauty of the thing. I'm helping others to achieve the next levels, And eventually it will move me up. But it's not about me, it's about them. It's about them. Once they become active Vol team, come to their first extravaganza, come to their first future millionaire team retreat, and got crazy about the opportunity, this is what I need. This is dream come true for me. I enjoy seeing people got excited and saying, wow, I'm going to do it. This is something I want to do myself. I don't want to be part of the crowd, which in some cases people are not sure whether they are going to have their job 3 years from now or not due to artificial intelligence and robotics, which are going to take my job probably or not, but I don't know anymore. Things are not clear to me. I want to have something where I contribute to the society and I grow and I help others. It's a wonderful game to play, and that's why I really enjoy seeing people getting on board. So now if you want to move further, you do it again, the same thing, just a year later, you add one more active Vol team leg, and you help your two other active Vol team members to do the same with their people, so they would become Get team members. Now, what you see here is not just Get Team Plus or Millionaire Team. What you see here is 5 legs of leaders. And if you keep going and keep adding it the same year, the same thing every year, you would arrive one day to President's Team because you have now 5 leadership legs already here in this picture. Even though you are somewhere between maybe Get Team Plus and Millionaire Team, probably here you are already Millionaire Team for sure, based on the volume which represents those groups. By the way, on top of that, in addition to what you see, there are some other supervisors who are not active Vol team members who also produce volume. So it's probably even more. So this picture represents foundation for the President's Team. That's why there is no picture how President's Team qualification looks like. It doesn't matter. This one is already President's Team in making. This is what you want to create. This is President's Team in making. But if you just continue and it all works and you keep running it for several more years, those people themselves become President's Team and you would become Chairman's Club one day. So this is the basic foundation for future growth. Now we are getting back to our initial idea of the upper levels of the marketing plan, and to make it from abstract to very clear, we need to introduce again this term called business cycle, annual business cycle. To repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. And the idea and the goal of the business cycle, annual business cycle, is to develop new, active, working people. For yourself, if you didn't do it yet, or for your people, if you are working with and you have enough, if you have good people who are ambitious and want to grow with you, now you can do it. Every year you can add and add and add and add, because now you go through the same cycle. And you know how to repeat it because it's more or less the same. It's the same. It could be different dates, different locations, but it's the same idea. At the end of the year, you have Future Millionaire Team Retreat where you arrive as an active Vol team member or with your active Vol team members under you. If not, if we don't achieve active Vol team, we stay, okay, we stay and we have a job. We love it, everything is wonderful, everyone is recognized and loved, but there is no growth if we don't achieve one day active Vol team, because this is halfway to Get team, and this is super important first leadership level. And again, you can at any given point, any given moment, you can make the decision. You can make the decision. Vol team is where we make a decision. Now we know that business works, product works, everything is wonderful, the company is great. Now we need to make a decision. Are we going to make ourselves committed to big growth, or we will keep having a so-called the job, which is not, it's not negative again, it's just repeating itself. It's just repeating itself every year, and then the big dream is somehow vaporizing. Okay, So I would love to keep the big dream alive. This is the deal. That's why we need to run through the cycle every single year. And this is where now is the time for everybody to make decision, because if you make decision, 2026 is going to be your year. If not, no problem. We will just have another year with the same idea. So that's why we have this slide. This slide represents again the idea for the annual business cycle. This is number one slide for me. I'm working with this slide constantly. This is how I'm planning. This is how I'm promoting. This is how we run the business. And we have STSs. We have supervisor schools every month. And most importantly, these three big things, three big events: the beginning of the year, and leadership weekend, extravaganza, and future millionaire team retreat, where through the year we need to become active World Team member of this year again and help others. And now I want to introduce this event to you, if you are not aware yet, which is going to take place in Prague next year, September 15th through 17th. It's going to be the first of its kind Future Millionaire Team Retreat, and it's going to be unbelievable, and I'm super excited because it's going to be in Prague, the most beautiful city in Czech Republic, and in many other places, because people are here from different countries, so they would not forgive me. But this is unbelievable city with unbelievable people, with unbelievable O2 arena, where we are going to have this most unbelievable event, and you are all invited to this event once you qualify. And qualification is, by the way, there are speakers. There are going to be many great speakers. Some of them you can see on this screen. There are going to be many Chairman's Club members attending the event. Incredible Lana and Oleg, Chairman's Club members, Bea, Natalia, Edward and Alfia, and many other great people, including other Chairman's Club members who are about to join, and many President's Team members, including those who are bringing their large organizations, Oleg Appelfeld, Elena and Gennady Novikov, Michael and Martina Burton, and many other people from many different countries. So it's going to be great event, and it's going to be translated to all the languages. This is more or less the agenda. So first day is going to be top team reception, the most fantastic and gala, unbelievable, beautiful reception, and then 2 days of general training with the most incredible party in the middle. The party is going to be unforgettable. And so general training, everyone is qualified, is actually, you need to qualify to be active World Team, qualified or requalified from what is it? The font is somehow broken here. Anyway, so it's going to be from September 2025 until July 2026, and royalties are paid from October 1st to August 1st, 2026. And so you have this presentation, I assume, and if not, it will be sent. It appears on the Telegram group devoted to this event, which I will show you a bit later. So for the top team reception, anyone who earned 1,000 royalty check at least 1 month during the qualification period are all invited, and it's going to be unbelievable top team reception. We are going to celebrate all new top team members at this event. And this presentation, by the way, also is going to be available. Don't worry, with the good fonts, and it's going to be published on the same group. And it's going to be huge recognition for the new top team qualifiers, especially for the new top team qualifiers. It's going to be unbelievable reception and recognition. And general party is open for all attendees, for all those who come to the event. And very interesting, star promotion. So you can make money, not just attend the event, but you can actually make really good money. So if you are qualified, right, first yourself, as active team member during the qualification period, and you develop new active supervisor in your first line, you will get 250 euros. If you develop under you first line new active team member, you will get 500 euros. And if you increase your monthly average royalty by 500 volume points, means, you remember I told you that we need to create new 500 royalty? So then you would get 750 euros. So you can make lots of money in just next 10 months. Not just by selling products, recruiting people and getting your royalties, but actually creating new business and being paid additionally for that. It's unbelievable. So you can really make good money. And again, so this is going to be the project, and this project is finished at the Future Millionaire Team Retreat in Prague, and this is where we are going to announce the new one. The next year, 2027, what is going to happen? We will show you the whole annual plan for 2027 in Prague. And again, this is our plan, very exciting. And now we need to have a real plan for execution. And when it's coming to execution, we have a checklist. So now first I need to make a decision. So you need to have your own checklist, and you need to help your people to have their own checklist. So now first they need to make decision. I'm talking to everybody, telling them the story, asking them whether they want to be part of it. Some people say yes. Okay, no problem. You made the decision. Now, there is a certain point where the company is going to start selling tickets, which is going to be soon, next month. The day it's announced, you need to go and buy ticket if you made the decision. Now, if there is already you can buy ticket. If there is, if ticket is available for sale for 2 days and you didn't buy it yet, it means you didn't make a decision. It needs to happen in first day. Why it's so important? Because it means that you really make a decision. This is real decision because you put some money, 150 euros. This is the cost of the price of the ticket. So you put money, okay? You probably are not qualified. No problem. Now you need to go and qualify. So you commit yourself to do it. This is commitment. You make a decision because you want to grow. You don't want to miss the year, right? So you want to do it now. Make a decision, buy ticket, and now you have to go and qualify or qualify. So now you need to produce 2,500 volume points 4 months in a row, 5,000 volume points twice, and to create some supervisor organization with 500 royalty check, okay, during this period of time, which was mentioned already, and you will get this information again in this presentation later on. Book hotel, book flight or transport or whatever, and then come and attend the event. And then you did it. This is the checklist. This is the real checklist, and now we need to move fast. Identify those who potentially want to be there, and just take responsibility, make decisions, and go for it. Tickets are going to be available on January the 12th. This is the early bird ticket price of 150 euros, and SKU number is going to be 54V7. It's going to be an announcement, but you can be ready. You can already put aside 150 euros towards January the 12th. This is where you are going to make your decision. Why do you need, by the way, to buy it on day one? Because you need to come to your organization and tell them that you bought the ticket. This is important. I bought the ticket. This is my ticket. You need to print it and go and show everybody. I'm going to the Future Millionaire Team Retreat in Prague. Who's coming with me? This is the strong position. This is what we need to do. To bring people to this event, you need to be there first. Committed with the ticket. And the last thing is there is a Telegram group which everyone is invited to join. This is how you get there. And this Telegram group, it's run in different languages with all the materials about this event. And obviously all the presentations are there, all the announcements are there, new speakers, new countries, new everything are there. And all the materials, everything are going to be there. So join this one and stay there, because the same group is going to run forever, because in 2027, once this event is over, it's going to be renamed to Future Millionaire Team Retreat 2027. So this is super important group where you need to be and bring your people there so they would understand what is the annual plan and why it's so important, why it's so strategic. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I hope with all these pictures I managed to visualize the idea of taking serious commitment for growth in 2026. The rumors from Los Angeles are amazing about what's coming, and all we need now is the good ladder to climb up the marketing plan and show everybody else how to do it. Thank you very much. Michael, thank you for your introduction again, and see you soon.
Leon.
And by the way, happy holidays. Happy holidays, everybody.
Absolutely. And Leon, thank you so much. What an incredible, blew my mind. And as I think about it, Leon, before you leave, I just want to say, that straight line of world team, that could also be a straight line of get team, of millionaire team, or even president's team, right? We get there and we just go and we lose sight of what you said of the two new active world team members. It's that simple if that's our focus. And wow, eye opener. And of course, how you present it and how you do your slides and illustrations, of course, top notch. It just makes the picture so clear. And I can't wait for Prague. And yeah, Prague is definitely the nicest city in Czech Republic. No offense to any other cities. I think it's one of the nicest cities in all of Europe, but we understand we have probably a lot of different opinions on the call tonight. But Leon, again, thank you so much for your time. The commitment that you bring to helping everybody grow is second to none. And I know everyone is grateful. 2,500 people at least on this Zoom tonight. And thank you for bringing the goods and just really appreciate who you are and what you bring to the Herbalife world. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Love you. Happy holidays.
Everyone have a great night. Let's go. Active World Team is the game. Good night.